The terrain and the tribesmen on either side of the mountains are less fierce, but here life goes on at a pace and fashion more like the 17th century than the 20th. The streets of Mukairas, the capital village of Awdali state, don't echo with shouts of one man, one vote. That's what the menfolk in these states will be getting in 18 months' time. The question of whether or not to give women the vote has still to be decided. But in towns and villages where the windows of houses are made deliberately small to prevent their womenfolk inside being seen, this would be a huge step to take. The status symbol for all tribesmen is a gun, and the standard currency is not cash but ammunition. Ordinary families in the interior have rifles, the better ones have Bren guns, and the top people have bazookas. Partly because of the import of rifles into Aden by the Crown agents, ostensibly for self-defense along the Yemen frontier, intertribal warfare is still deadly. The curse of the blood feud hangs over every village. There is even a specific price list for death. A tribesman who commits cold-blooded murder has the choice of being killed himself or raising £2,000 to pay as compensation to his victim's relatives. Because farming in the interior is mostly of a subsistence nature, farmers only toil when they have to. In most of the states of the Federation, the system of farming is still essentially feudal. The ruling families own most of the farming land. The villagers have to pay for their plots either in cash or with part of their produce. The feudal system is the chief target of attack by Arab socialists. They point to it as proof of their accusations that ruling families are exploiting the masses. British officials in South Arabia counter with the argument that the system works and that the traditional rulers enjoy the support of the majority of the people. But even the most optimistic officials won't estimate the chances of this traditional way of life surviving a possible overdose of Cairo-inspired revolutionary medicine. A more immediate threat to farmers is an appalling shortage of water. When they draw water from the wells, they have to hump it on their backs, sometimes by mule if they're lucky, to their fields, a distance for some of them of several miles. When we were in Mukairas, we saw the dynamiting of the last section of a new well. The event was celebrated with a dance in the village square, and the dancers were favoured by the attendance of the Wakil Naib, Ahmed bin Muhammad, a sort of municipal mayor who stands in when the ruler is away. The Wakil Naib arrived looking as though he was going to a fancy dress party, disguised perhaps as a portable armoury.